Alright, so we are at the Radisson, which is where everything is going down, and outside there is a huge Ron Paul quote-unquote spontaneous rally, as you can see. You're just volunteering for Ron Paul, or
them out because they want us to leave, so I'm trying to respect that.
Yeah, you're an organizer for Ron Paul, or
not really. I'm
not
just
really.
A volunteer. Came up from Harrisburg, PA. And
volunteer with who?
Spontaneous.
Volunteer with who?
Operation Live Free or Die.com.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get.
Who is telling us to leave is the same one who gave me a $43
Who's trying to tell you to leave? We're with the press. I just want to get all the facts straight.
The police. $43 jaywalking. Sergeant across the
Gave
street.
you a $43?
$43.
And you're with Operation Live Free or Die?
That's correct.
And was this planned? Where did you guys all come from?
Ron Paul was speaking on Access TV on, what street was that?
We came from all over the country.
Yeah, we've come from all over.
Right, but I mean, like right now, were you guys like you said you were at a Paul speech, or?
Yeah, and everyone just started convening here.
There was this Paul speech earlier today, and then he's being interviewed at the news station. He had a town hall meeting.
Guys, go up jaywalk and get a $43 ticket.
Just to put this in perspective, there are really very few police here unless there's one.
This is right in front of the Radisson here on Sunday the 6th. So,
Bill? What the fuck's this? This looks good.
Excuse me, you were at the event that just happened? I mean, the Ron Paul speech?
No.
No? How did you end up here?
I don't know.
I mean, how did you end up holding a sign? I'm with the press. We're just trying to get the facts straight.
Oh, well, we're angry that he's not in the debate.
The Fox News debate?
Yeah.
Were you just out tonight? Were you?
Yeah.
How did you end up here? Is what I'm trying to get at.
I don't know. I was way down on Elm Street, and I met somebody, and we walked down the street, and then we met more people, and we just kept walking, and more people, and then they said, "Hey, they're over at the Radisson," so. Word got around and people started coming over here.
And can I ask you why you support Ron Paul?
Because he's not a member of the Council on Foreign Relations.
And he's
okay.
Awesome.
And he's awesome?
No. I mean, the reason I'm supporting Ron Paul is if you look at the candidates that are running on both sides, there's not a huge difference between the Republicans and the Democrats. I mean, none of the mainstream ones, none of them are going to end the war, or they say they'll end it, but it'll be a few months or a few years. We've heard this line of nonsense before. Nobody's going to really reduce the size of the government. Nobody's going to really lower taxes. It's just more the same. And if you consistently vote for mediocrity and Coke and Pepsi, you end up with just more of the same, and that's what it is. And if Ron Paul is the only candidate running from either party, major party, that is actually saying something and saying what he believes in and not afraid of the repercussions. Like his yesterday in the debates when everybody attacked him because he said something that, maybe we might have offended or upset these people that caused them to get really angry at us. Is that such a bad thing to even suggest? I mean, come on.
And are you guys from New Hampshire?
Yes.
And do you plan to go to the primaries on Tuesday?
Yes.
Yes? And I assume you plan to vote for Ron Paul?
Yes.
How do you guys feel? My mother's from New Hampshire, so I have a vested interest. But how do you guys feel about the other New Hampshire voters? I mean, what kind of support do you see,
Everybody
Paul?
in my town is voting for Ron Paul.
And what town are you from?
Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon? How big is Mount Vernon?
It's not very big,
Okay.
but there's a lot of support for him
Is there?
here. But he'd have even more if he got some media.
Right. Well, that's what we are. I mean, we're the Talk Radio News Service. You'll be able to find this video on talkradionews.com in about 10 minutes. So, I mean,
He's going to finish at least third.
You think so?
Yeah.
What other candidates do you see getting support on the Republican side?
Joyce in New Hampshire or
Yeah.
just in general?
In New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire, I definitely think Romney because of Massachusetts is right next door. Probably McCain because he's always done well here, and possibly Giuliani. I don't think Fred Thompson or Mike Huckabee are going to fare very well up here.
And
Oh, no,
I just heard you say libertarian. Do you know a lot of libertarians? Are you a libertarian?
There's a lot of libertarians and independents that they didn't poll that are voting for Ron Paul.
That they didn't poll who are voting for Ron
I mean,
Paul.
yeah, I don't, like young guys like myself, young people like myself, we don't have landlines because there's no point in having a landline and a cell phone. It's just why pay for two phones? So, you know, cell phones aren't called on for polling.
Right. So you see a lot of support within young people.
Yeah, I think there's a broad range because he sort of taps into a lot of people that are disgruntled and people that he doesn't give a voice to. And I think he actually says something as opposed to the Obamas and the Romneys and the Huckabees and the Clintons. That he actually says something and believes it. He may not be up there, give these rousing invasion speeches and look like a game show host, but he does say what he believes in. He truly believes it. He's not full of nonsense.
He's honest. He's a doctor. He's delivered 4,000 babies and I'm pro-life. And here is sorry.
Oh, quite all right.
Restore the Constitution.
Well, thanks for talking to us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guy.